We'll go ahead and start. This is kind of a continuation of what we did yesterday for those of you here. And we talked about sales tax on Tuesday. We talked about purchase price the next day, which is sales tax plus what you're buying, the selling price. We talked yesterday after break, we talked about unit pricing. How much something costs divided by how you're packaging it or how you're defining it. Ounces, cups, bottles, whatever. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use unit pricing and we are going to do comparison shopping. Now, understand going into this, guys, this is math. This is not real world in many instances. So sometimes on these questions, you're not looking for what you would buy in the real world. You're looking for what the math says you should buy, the cheapest per unit. So even if the package would be 500 rolls of toilet paper, if that's the cheapest roll of toilet paper, once you do the math, that's what we're going to buy because of this. Okay? In the real world, we'd only get what we need. If we only need 4 rolls of toilet paper and we're paying a little bit more per roll of toilet paper than the 500 rolls of toilet paper, in the real world, we'll only get the 4 rolls. I understand that, okay? But this is math. We're going for the cheapest roll of toilet paper, not the cheapest price we're paying. There's a difference. So, example would be, this is one of the examples right here. You follow along. And on this one, go out as many decimal places as you need to go till you find the difference. There is a difference out there. One of them will be cheaper. You have to go out 15 decimal places to find the difference. You're looking for the lowest number, and that's what you're going for. So, it's asking you on question number 1. You're finding the better buy per roll, per box of, or per facial tissue, per tissue. So what you're going to do is, remember the formula you use, cost divided by count. So the first facial tissue is $1.49 divided by 75 count. The second one is $2.89 divided by 184 count. So what you're going to do is you're going to divide both of them out, and which has the smaller number. And again, go as many decimal places as you need. This is a math thing. This is not a real world thing. Divided by 75. And if I go, let's say just start with 4 decimal places. Okay, 0.0199. That's 4. We may have to go back and go more. The other one is 289 divided by 184. Oh yes, this works even better. So 0.0157. So what you would do is up here you would write 0.0199, 0.0157. In the real world, considering we only do 2 decimal places in the thing, both of these would be 2 pennies per Kleenex. Okay? So you're not really, you wouldn't see the savings if you're just buying a half a dozen Kleenexes. But if you buy 100 Kleenexes, 200 Kleenex, you get into the 1 or 2 penny savings. So those are the unit prices per. The second question is, which one is smaller? The 75 count or the 184 count? 75. So close. This is 75 count, 0.019. This is the 184 count, 0.015. Which is smaller? Which is smaller, 5 or 9? 5. This one is smaller. So I would circle, that's the cheapest, the best deal. Okay, again, real world, 184 count of Kleenex is not a lot. I mean, heck, we got, I don't know what's in this box. as you can tell. This 100 count right there. So 184 is not a lot. Okay, so now we're going to do, now you see two of these questions are in gray. This one, and on the back page there's another one in gray. Those are going to be, well, the first one we're going to do right here on the board as a class. As long as you have the answers written, and I'm going to give you the answers, you get credit for it. The one on the back, if you work it and get the correct answer, you get bonus. If you don't want to work it, just ignore it. That's fine. Because it's not something you're going to do in the real world. And I've done this 100 times, guys, but I always have a brain fart when I get up here for the first. So what I've done in the past, I wrote down the steps I did to solve it so that I can't have a brain fart. I've got the answer here because I've done that before. I'll get up in front of the class, I know the work, and I get up there and it's like my mind goes, and the older I get, the more often it happens. So make sure I don't have a brain fart. I've got it written down, so I know that I got. Hey, okay, so again, this is question 3. You have to at least fill it in. So we're going to watch and talk about this. After that, we don't have to worry about it. And so the unit price of a 100-pound container of swimming pool chlorine, the big things that you put in your pool to make it so it smells nice and kills, is 6 cents per pound less than the unit price of a 75-pound container. Okay. If the 100-pound container costs $55.50 more, find the cost. Nobody's gonna do this in the real world. So you got to set up this algebra. You're going to set up. First one is going to be, we're going to call it X. That's going to be the 75-pound container. Just because it's the smallest one. That's why I do it. The 100-pound container is X plus 55.50. And that's going to be the 100-pound container. Okay. We're going to set up a comparison. Okay, we don't know what the cost is, but X divided by the 75, so this will be the cost divided by the count, is equal to X plus 55.50 over 100. Okay, so right there, it's not too bad. But remember, it says right here, the 100-pound container is 6 cents per pound less. So to make them equal, I got to add 6 cents on this side to make them equal. Now we're going to start solving. Well, you really can't add these together, but 6 cents is how many pennies out of 100? 6. So I can rewrite this 6 over 100. Now we have common fractions and we can add common denominator. $55.50 plus 6 is $61.50. Come on in. Got me an admit. You riding the bus or or just late? Go chair. Okay. There you go. We're going to get rid of the fractions by cross multiplying. So this would be 75x plus 150 is equal to 100x. Got to clear the parentheses. $61.50 times 75. And I got 46.12.50. And since we're in the math, I'm just going to leave the 0 off so I don't lose it. Combine like, we get the x's on the same side. So if I subtract 75 from both sides, I end up with 46, 12.5 is equal to 25x. How do you solve for x, get x by itself? How? In algebra, how do you get x by itself? You just write this answer down at the end. This is question 3. What? You divide. Okay, what goes in the calculator first? 46, 12, 50. There you go. 46, 12, 50 divided by 25. And I got 184, and now that's the final answer. 184.50 is X. X is a 75-pound container. So on your handout, where it says 75-pound container, 184.50. Where it's the 100-pound container, you take the 184.50 plus 55.50. And you get 240. So this is the 75-pound container. The 100-pound container is, what I say it was, 240? 240. If you got those two answers written down, you get credit for it. We've already done this in class. I'll leave it up there for a second. Okay, so one on back, try it yourself. If you try it and you get it wrong, no harm, no foul. If you try and get it right, you get bonus points. If you just ignore it, no harm, no foul. But it's there. The rest of these are pretty straightforward. We already did an example of them. If you have questions, ask away. Go for it. We got nothing else left to break.